It happened. What? How does that even come to fruition? Generic control in the Dr. Goes Mirror, back with some more Overanalyzing Avatar. Today we have the Day of Black Sun Part 1, which was one of my favorite episodes. The whole invasion and everything and the backfire, and it's just one of my favorite, like, little storylines of all of Avatar when I watched. Because I actually thought they were going to win, like, all this build-up and then it's, like, disappointment. I absolutely loved it. I loved technology. I loved the invasion. I loved all that. I was a weird kid. I watched the military channel growing up, so learning, like, storming the beaches of Normandy and stuff like that. I absolutely love this episode. As you seen the thumbnail, Aang and Katara kiss, which was a huge moment in their, I guess, relationship, friendship, or whatnot. You can check my reaction to the last episode, which was Nightmares and Daydreams. I'll leave it right up there. Also, gonna be linked down below in the description. Also, gonna place my channel with all of my other Overanalyzing Avatar reactions. Go into chronological order if you're gonna binge watch through those. I read all your comments, so leave some down below. Actually, this video will go live on Thursday. I'll probably record. Okay, so I will not have read your comments by the time, because I'm trying to get ahead. I'm going out of town for an entire week, so I'm gonna miss 3 whole days of recording sessions, and I have to get all those done, and then I also have to get all the videos edited ahead of time. So it's like 16, 17 videos I'm gonna have to do ahead of time on top of the already what I'm doing, and I also got to record 3 whole days in advance while also packing and other stuff to go to my life. I don't know how I'm managing to function right now, but shout out to patrons because they make it all possible. I could not do this if it was not for them. I'm excited for this episode. I hope you are too. I'm excited for the next episode and all the episodes here from on out because Zuko's going to join the squad. But let's go ahead and jump into the Day of Black Sun Part 1. All right. God, I absolutely love this episode so much.
Glow on and hit him with a little Avatar state action?
Yes.
I can't.
Oh.
When Azula shot me with lightning, my 7th chakra was locked.
It's weird that Aang's crown chakra specifically was blocked, right?
His
That one is
what?
at the top of his head, but Katara
Crown?
literally mentioned Aang having a lot of energy twisted up around his scar, which would be closer to the stomach or heart chakra, if anything.
Cutting off my connection to all the cosmic energy in the universe.
You know what I just heard? Blah blah spiritual mumbo jumbo blah blah something about space.
Thank you, writers,
That's
for
true.
hanging the biggest lampshade ever created on that exposition. Where did Bato's horrible burn that took up his entire arm go? You'd think there'd be some scarring left over.
Oh,
from
yeah,
that,
he did.
Right? Like Zuko's scar?
Some of these
Oh, no,
aren't
we're not.
exactly the warrior
Healing.
type.
I'll get the swamp people.
I guess you take as
I
many
can smell
benders
them.
as you can get, so the swamp benders make sense. But why didn't Sokka tell them to go get Paku in the south, or even head up north and look for reinforcements? Maybe there wasn't enough time to get all the way there and back in time.
I don't know how
just
long it would
wish they
take to
would
go
wear
that far.
pants.
Yikes.
Pants are an illusion.
They are.
And so is death.
Weird reference.
You don't know if
when
I'm
Q
wearing
said
pants or
a similar
not.
line about time rather than pants.
Time is an illusion.
Also, if anything's ever blurred
And
due to
so
the
is
copyright system,
death.
I'm sorry, I can't do
Top,
anything
this
about
is
it.
Haru. When we met him, his town was controlled by the Fire Nation, so he had to hide his earthbending.
Good thing Toph is here, because if they just went on without
Sponsored.
explaining who Haru is, I might even forget at this point.
True.
No way. Is that?
Hippo happy to see Blind Bandit.
Wait, so Koda was supposed to go and recruit the homies, right? Sokka told him
Why
to
do they
go
even
get their
believe
friends
him?
from their
Go with
travels. But last time we saw the Hippo and the Boulder, they didn't really leave on the best of terms. Not that I'm upset about it. I love these guys, but I'm just saying.
Who voices the boulder? I think it's a
there's
legend.
This fucking idiot. I just happened to pause on the right frame here, so behold Quantum Momo. This dude's eyebrows
Quantum
still aren't
Momo.
growing back yet?
New glider! This is amazing!
And as a special feature,
Yeah, he's definitely not gonna lose it.
Compartment.
Mechanist, I'm going into battle, and I need only your strongest snacks.
I bet you're tired of being in the cell, old man.
Is he?
Well, too bad. You're never stepping outside these walls.
Are you
again.
sure
I'm
about
gonna
that?
step outside these walls so fucking hard in a minute.
Breakfast.
I don't usually mention voice actors for small parts anymore, but this one is kind of a strange one. Ming is voiced by Serena Williams, the like world.
Serena Williams?
I guess she was just a fan of the show and they gave her a
What?
speaking role.
How does that
I'm a
even
fan
come to
too. Get me
fruition?
in there. However, Serena Williams is trying to fucking kill Iroh in this scene. Remember that plant that poisoned Iroh? That was the white jade bush, and Ming walks in with, you guessed it.
I snuck in some white jade tea.
What the hell, Ming?
And the firebenders won't have fire to use, so that's good for us.
Oh,
And,
yeah, he's definitely dropping the ball
I'm
here.
sorry. Let me start at the beginning.
Okay, so Katara and Sokka find Aang frozen in an iceberg. Katara likes Aang too much.
The
Yeah,
Boulder
okay.
is confused.
Give him the whole story.
Isn't the point to invade during the eclipse when the firebenders are powerless?
Hippo come to same conclusion after moment of critical thinking.
Yep.
Since everyone seems to be sitting in their own little groups in this shot, it seems like the Mechanist brought a handful of fighters too. It would have been
That's
cool to
kinda
see
weird.
some new inventions that he had up his sleeve for his people, but nah.
What has he
well,
been busy doing? Making stuff for the invasion? There's the armor he was working on last episode. Look at Appa. Look at Appa.
This
Dripped
imagery
out.
would give General Fong some new ideas. Forget the Avatar state, we have an armored Sky Bison. I really like Aang's new outfit. He
I don't think
keeps
there's
his
anything
pants
that
and
can take
boots
on
in
a
the school
Sky
uniform,
Bison.
and he clearly refashioned some of his tattered old clothes into this kind of shirt robe thing. I like that they found a way to incorporate his old look into his new look.
We've been looking everywhere for you.
The thicker parts on Aang's staff in the shot are way shorter than pretty much every other shot.
Look, your moment of truth
like
isn't
there.
going to be in front of some map. It's going to be out there on the battlefield.
I like that Aang boosts Sokka's confidence here, just like Sokka did.
Right before you go
in
into
last
battle.
episode. It really makes this relationship feel like a two-way street, and that both guys really care about each other. Sokka also compares himself to his father here, which a lot of young guys do, which also just feels very natural and plays into later in this episode. This is just a quick little scene, but it really accomplishes a lot. Not a second is wasted. It's very effective.
Katara, you and the Swamp Benders whip up a fog cover. We'll sneak by them statues just like we sneak by that Fire Navy blockade.
I'm about to say, how did they
That's
even
the
get all
same
this boats?
blockade that Aang crossed twice
I don't
now?
know how you
Probably
got
since
fog
it was
through
on the
there.
border of the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation.
That's a lot of ships. They're very close. Way too close.
Did you catch it? Let me play it for you again.
Huh?
The only argument against one
Oh,
of my
the
most
distraction.
classic thoughts. Katara shouldn't know how to work doors. This is a water tribe shit from her father's fleet, and it has a door. So one of my favorite Avatar thoughts is very likely false, and that's a goddamn shame.
Though your original designs were
A submarine.
difficult to decipher.
Woo! I finally get to talk about this. All you Sokka invented air balloons and submarines people.
Get
All right,
it?
watch this.
I have
I'm
a
just
controller
gonna draw this up really
for a
quick.
submarine.
Just a quick little schematic.
That's a
honestly.
terrible event.
And now we put that in an email and we send it off to fucking Elon Musk.
Uh-huh.
And boom! I invented a space laser. If he decides to make a space laser based off that
This
drawing,
is copyrighted
hire
material. Do
scientists
not
and
steal.
engineers and people to actually build it. It turns out that no, actually I invented it because I drew a drawing. That's me. That's all me, baby. Oh fuck! Look,
YouTube's
Dipswitch
copyright
still has
system will
that
back him.
straight up log he uses as a weapon. Shit, you gotta stay strapped in these streets.
No, I feel fine.
Trust me, it is better that you are not here this afternoon.
I'm gonna turn my way out of this cage like a silverback
Don't come to
gorilla
school
on meth
tomorrow.
and steroids, and you do not want to be here for that. The Duke is washing out his
Very
helmet
true.
here because Toph just threw up in it. Pretty homey of you, Duke. Not gonna lie.
Don't get.
I
No, I'm not. No,
told
I'm
you.
not.
It's the Duke.
Firearms.
What happens to Aang's eyebrows here? He gets like weird blue marks, the same color as his tattoos.
Oh,
We've been through so
that is
many
weird.
things
Why did
together.
that happen?
And I've seen you grow up so much.
It's true. If you go back, Aang's voice has even dropped pretty considerably.
The Earth Kingdom city of Omashu. Thank you all for being so brave
Well,
and
that
so
scene right there,
strong.
he's very deep.
I'm gonna make this up to you.
That's just due to the fact that Aang was actually voiced by a kid. But like, it really helps.
Was he
the whole
really
team
voiced by a
growing
kid?
and facing a challenge.
What if I don't come back?
Aang, don't say that. Of course you'll.
It happened.
I think this moment is really earned. These
It
two have
is.
been through a lot together, just like Katara mentioned in this scene. There have been a lot
Last
of
episode
moments
doesn't
where
really
they've
take
shown
away from
mutual
it,
interest in
'cause
each
it was a
other,
dream.
and like it was gonna boil over at some point. We get a lot of the perspective on their romance from Aang's side, but the idea that Katara never really showed any interest is totally lost on me. I think there's a lot of chemistry, and having it all just amount to this one moment where Aang reckons with the fact that it could be his last chance to do it.
Yeah.
Is climactic the right word for a kiss? Even if it isn't, I feel like this is a really good, surprising, and well-deserved moment. It's also interesting that the plan is for Aang to go way off ahead on his own to get to the palace way ahead of everyone, right? Like, what if something went wrong on his end? It's game over. And he would
Exactly.
probably be a
And
big
all
help
this
on
would be
the
for
whole
nothing.
fighting the Fire Nation thing. Did they just leave stuff on Appa's saddle for the underwater part of this mission?
That stuff's got to be really wet.
I'm sorry, May.
You're sorry to May? What about the painter? That
Yeah,
just
what
did
about
this
the
dirty
scar?
Zuko?
Yeah.
He's the one that should be sorry. Is this a
this
female
make him look
swamp
cool?
bender and thus waterbender? Paku, can I get a ruling on this? Is this all right?
No.
Ready
No.
the torpedo.
Having the torpedoes covered in ice so the propulsion system just comes down to waterbending is a super cool idea. It's
Oh,
pretty
that's
convenient
why
that
they
the
did
Fire
it?
Nation had these underwater grates here that are sized just right to fit the submarines, right?
Yeah, it's almost like they knew that. Like they had schematics. And they invented. Oh, they didn't invent tanks, actually.
I really like this little moment of quiet before the battle. It's only a few seconds, but it gives the viewer the impression that the characters
They were
feeling that
ready for
choked
this.
up, pity your stomach feeling that you get right before you're about to do something really big and important. It's like the calm before the storm moment, and it really is only a moment here.
Big
but I
D-Day
really do
vibes.
think it hits the right note. It's very interesting that we're only seeing these Earth Kingdom tanks now. Like these Earth Kingdom guys aren't under any official body, as far as I know. So I'm surprised they have this kind of hardware, especially since we didn't see
Also,
any
what
tanks
is
deployed
tanks?
in any other Earth Kingdom conflict.
Literally Literally.
Like the drill, for example. Is this truck really necessary? The Mechanist really brought over a truck to carry rocks onto the battlefield.
Is that
He's
dude?
like,
Oh,
well,
that
we'll
dude's
need
still
to
alive.
bring rocks for the Earthbenders. But Dad, I think they have rocks in the Fire Nation.
Do
rocks
they?
In the Fire Nation? What are you, an idiot? Like, what kind of substance are they standing on right now?
Do they really need to
Not
stop
Earth?
to do that?
It dawns on me now that the Mechanist could have made these tanks, but they don't really have his style behind them. Even his simpler designs seem to have this Fire Nation tank aesthetic, so I still don't know where these Earth Kingdom tanks came from.
Swamp monster, which is probably going to be really difficult to burn, considering it's
yeah, this is really satisfying.
green.
I'm not the biggest fan in the world of the swamp episode, but having a thing that you assumed was a one-off thing tied to one part of the world showing up in a different part of the world will always be satisfying.
Yeah, it wasn't all for nothing. Sokka being an absolute
I feel like a big problem
Chad.
with Sokka being a swordsman now is that, just like May or Combustion Man, since it's a kid's show, you're never really going to see any real use out of the sword. Like, you're never going to see Sokka horribly gore some Fire Nation guy. But I do think they could have given Sokka a moment here or there for a really solid one-on-one sword fight where he definitely disarms someone or something. But we never really get anything like that, and I think that's kind of disappointing.
You gotta see him
Jesus
do some
Christ,
awesome.
The meteorite must have been made out of some pretty tough stuff to make something that
Also,
can pull this
he's
off.
that strong. Cut through metal like that. That was bad. Not sure what exploded.
It exploded. Quick, let's get you down off this
I've been
cliff where
exploded.
No fighting is
It's not
going on,
fun.
down onto the nice, safe, active battlefield.
I'll do it. No offense, Sokka, but you're not exactly Mr. Healing Hands.
No. I'll lead the invasion force.
Despite it only being set up in this episode, this still feels like a really good setup and payoff for Sokka being a leader. We've been through the phase of him calling himself a leader, thinking he's a leader, but much like his moment with Pian Dao, he realizes that in the face of his father, he is not much of one at all. But now he takes the mantle of responsibility like a real leader should. In his moment of truth, he rises to the occasion.
Kind of like how he tried to be in the
and that's awesome.
The Southern Water Tribe.
The Avatar is back!
And everyone's gone.
Easy to miss this, but Aang is actually in the hall with all the Fire Lord murals here. It's just kind of dark is all. Yeah, okay.
Nobody can turn on lights.
What are these? Okay, here's my special move. Nope, they're unstoppable. You can see here briefly that the bottom of Sokka's sword hilt actually has a White Lotus decal on it.
Oh, it does. That's actually sick. And he's gone.
Weird seeing the Fire Lord's chamber not lit up, huh? I'm pretty distressed about it too, Wang. This episode is really satisfying. It's really fun to see a bunch of characters we've met across the whole journey. It really makes it seem like
everybody came together. Like, this is the end.
Most of the forces are just nameless soldiers,
it's not.
But still highlighted by these faces we've seen before, and it really makes the fight feel personal. For the most part, outside of that, despite there being some pretty large-scale fighting, it's basically just a setup episode. Avatar isn't really
I loved it though. The visuals,
for the most part. We're really just looking to get down to the characters meeting up. It's still nice to see though. It's hard to really feel one way or the other about this one when the next part is such a big.
Also, there's
part
no
of this
fire
part.
on the
So I'm
ground,
gonna
which is a
hold
little
off my
odd.
judgment on it until next episode. Do you think people will get I want them to subscribe if I just put a lizard on the screen from now on? We're gonna try that next episode. Patron shoutouts if you want to
should
be
definitely
2 episodes ahead of
subscribe.
the YouTube
I'm trying to hit
releases.
100,000.
Support me on Patreon.
That's my goal for
Just a
this
few
year.
bucks. Link as always.
I don't think I'm just gonna hit it, but I need all the help I can get.
Go to my top patrons: Agent Rhino, who survived a supernova and got flung here; Brendan Murphy, who was one of the guys that put Stonehenge together; Donnie Snow, who stopped a bank robbery with his psychic abilities; Dylan Calvo, who was a veteran of 60 different wars across history; Dylan Roche, who spun a fidget spinner in 2015 and it's still fucking going; Caitlin, who was the queen of an underground race of praying mantis people; Kennedy Stapleton, who contracted a 1 in 10 million bone disease and then just decided she didn't have it anymore; Lucas
you get to name it though.
Who found Bigfoot, but it turns out he's a pretty cool guy, so he just left him alone; Lou Carrera, who integrated himself into a wild pride of lions and became their mayor; Max Lewandowski, who decides how dark it is outside; Omega Fighter, who looks
Max
so
has been
good
around
it
forever.
actually causes physical pain to anyone who looks at him; RC NFL, who has the single biggest human brain ever recorded; Skylos, who is immune to daylight savings
he looks
time;
like
Thiago Nascimento,
Dr.
who can
Wheelo.
control invertebrates by whistling; Varunda, who I saw suplex an elephant once; and Zoopy, who can shear a sheep in 4.6 seconds flat. And my other fuck you money patrons: Andrew Edwards, Butterscotch, Buddha Jacker, Charlie Rock Quigley, Daniel Ward, Eric
I'm
Barney,
so glad I
Sarah,
never
Finish Blood,
did
Fritz
that.
Sullivan, Harrison
I
Poland,
never
Jared
did
Berkman, John, Keith Clausen, Nope Tron,
the shout
Jacob
outs
Lord
for
Daddy,
every
Sean
video.
Martin, the Sinking
Because all the
Bubble,
videos I
Andy
do,
Freaking Nerd. And of
it would
course,
just
my
be
God
insane.
Overanalyzers,
But at least they're on the screen for the entire intro, which is like
Gallup, Be My Valentine, Big Thirsty, Brian Muffin, Bingo Dingo, Canine Corpse, Charles Burnett,
like,
Chase Brignac, Chris Dolman,
some of these people you're never gonna look at and be like, oh, hey, you're in that.
DJ Jax, Do Mutual Aid.
But people actually pay attention to the patrons. I've had people comment on the names that are in the patron. Be like, I'm sorry, is his name such and such? So people pay attention. It's really cool. It's also only $5 to get in that. Or you can be a $10 patron and have a chance to win a signed document every month. And get your name a different color,
Matthew
or
Starjo,
bold and
Mr.
underlined.
Airborne, Mitchell Gobrecht, Mortius 007, Nicholas Wright, Nickel Pickle 582, Nicholas Abbott, Omar, Parky Boom Man, Peter Bayron,
Parky Boom Man,
Rocket Mist, Shadow Fox Nero, Sky Not Darkened, Spory, Stein One, Super Snipper, Tiny Knight, Travis Chestnut, Triad Juice, and Wolfman Dan. Next up is the Eclipse, and that's a big one.
Yep, it is a big one, and that'll be the next one, which will be out next Thursday. Oh god, I'm trying to think about the timeline. Yeah, this video, the Thursday. Okay, that'll be like beginning of August. Yeah, that'd be like the third. That'd be the third when that episode. I will probably record that video this coming up Wednesday, however, so I won't be able to read your comments. But I got to do a whole ton of recording. Like I said, I'm going out of time for an entire week. It's the longest time away from YouTube I'm ever doing outside of when my channel was deleted a couple years ago. So this is gonna be the first time I've done anything that long in almost. Oh, in 5 years, actually. It's actually 5 years exactly. So that's a little crazy. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the next episode. I absolutely love this episode. I love the invasion. I love how everybody came together and we saw things from the past. And it was just really, really cool. I love this episode. I hope you did too. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it made your day a tiny little better. I look forward to reading your comments. But until the next video, take care and cue the music.
We were playing so